The Chicago Bears get some good news after they are sixth in the NFL with over 62 million in cap entering the 2025 free agency period, and that's before they can open up another 37 million in cap with cap casualties. I'm going to go through today the Bears cap situation, the top 12 cap casualties, and who I think they should keep. Hello everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year. Chicago Bears, my name is Nick Brody, and as always, thank you for tuning in. And before we begin today's show with those cap casualties, it helps pay for guys like Trey Smith. And if you want Trey Smith on the Chicago Bears, hit the like button on this video. Also stay tuned to the end of this video, as I have the winner of the Ben Johnson jersey, and please, we're only 17 people away from 26,000 subscribers. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And once we hit 26, the next giveaway begins. Let's go into the Bears cap situation. So it has been updated for 2025 according to Over the Cap, which the Bears are sixth highest in the NFL, entering the 2025 offseason with 62.9 million before cap casualty cuts. Let's go through a little bit over the last couple of years in the NFL. So since 2019, if the salary cap in the NFL has almost gone up 100 million, insane to say. From 2023 to 2024, there was a 21 million jump, but this past year on 2024 to 2025, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year on 2025 to 2026, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year on 2026 to 2027, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year on 2027 to 2028, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2028 to 2029, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2029 to 2030, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2030 to 2031, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2031 to 2032, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2032 to 2033, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2033 to 2034, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2034 to 2035, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2035 to 2036, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2036 to 2037, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2037 to 2038, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2038 to 2039, there was a 21 million jump. But this past year, on 2039 to 2025, a little more than 17 million, and that puts the Bears in an interesting position. So the New England Patriots are still number one, which they're going to make a ton of runs for players, and they're linked to Trey Smith as well, with over 120 million. The Raiders, who were competing with the Bears for Ben Johnson, Bears won that one, but hopefully the Raiders don't win any of these free agency competitions, like again for Drew Dahlman, Trey Smith, C-Mac, those kind of guys. The Raiders do have almost N over 92.5 million. The Washington Commanders, who just played in the NFC Championship, are going to have to resign some guys, but still having 78.1 million in cap is impressive. Then you have the Cardinals with a little over 71 million, and then the Woo were just in the playoffs as well with 63.4, and the Bears cited at 6 right below 63 million. Now before these cap casualty cuts, the Bears are fourth in the NFL with the lowest dead cap of 2,385 million. And guess who that's going to flipping? Nate Davis. So at the end of the day, guys, the Bears need to open up some more room. I mean, it does sound like we have a lot of money, but people are going to start making cap casualty cuts. Bears are going to go down on that list. And players look at that and they go, well, guess what? They don't have a lot of money as is, so there's a less opportunity for me to sign with them. Also, if they can only sign me, they're not going to sign anyone else. And I don't know how much better this team is going to get. So it becomes a big factor when addressing key areas of need for this Bears team, along of getting players to come in.